Well, we just made it back from Carnival Mardi Gras' maiden voyage. And just like a very popular reality TV show, we're here to tell all. Hey guys, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And we are JJ Cruise.
Cruise.
Before we get into this, our good and our bad of the Carnival Mardi Gras, if you could do us a favor and hit that subscribe button.
Yes, and hit that thumbs up. We're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers here, so you can be a part of that.
Yes, be a part of the first 20,000. Do we get into it?
Let's get into this. This is our honest feedback. Every single thing we say here is from our experience on Carnival Mardi Gras, and we're going to get into every single part. Let's say the different categories that we're going to get into
Yes,
here.
so we are going to talk today about embarkation. We're going to talk about our stateroom, the ship overall, a lot to cover there. Food and dining, entertainment, service, and then, of course, debarkation. So we have several different buckets here, and this is, like Jared said, our fully honest review. We are unbiased. We paid to get on the ship ourselves, and we're just going to give you the facts. We're not going to get emotional, right?
Yep, but leave your comments below after we give these facts on what you think of the Carnival Mardi Gras.
Kicking it off here, embarkation. Embarkation was the best embarkation we have had on any Carnival cruise ship ever. The terminal at Port Canaveral is absolutely beautiful. It's filled with beautiful chairs. There's outlets for you to charge your phones in case you had a long drive the morning of embarkation. Car to ship, it took us 15 minutes.
It was such a breeze. So embarkation is nothing to worry about. Definitely do not worry. The terminal is gorgeous as well, breathtakingly gorgeous. That was a breeze.
And shout out to those of you that work at that terminal because we met several of you.
Yes.
Let's move on to our stateroom. Now, for those of you that don't know, we had a Cloud 9 spa interior stateroom, which meant that our stateroom was on deck 5. We were really close to the spa, actually just a few steps away, really.
Yeah, our room was 5211. Our room tour will be released here soon as well. But there were some good and bad of the stateroom experience. I think the first thing to note here is that we've already mentioned it here before on our first impressions video. The bathroom is just a small size, and that did not get better throughout our voyage. We wanted to try it out through the entire week to see if it was like a little bit more comfortable. There has been a lot of comments in the roll call page, as well as across the community, that this bathroom is just too small.
It's something that we really didn't like. We would have preferred the bathroom to be a little bit bigger. We understand that bathrooms, especially on cruise ships, are specifically tiny, but this was just extra tiny. Now, something that we did love, though, was the shower. Carnival replaced the shower curtains with shower doors and actually made the showers bigger, didn't you think?
Yeah, and a few details here. The reason why we love this door, I mean, first of all, it looks gorgeous. However, it swivels inside, so it does give you that extra space to get in your room, or to in the shower. The shower has more space. The big thing I loved is it is kind of like this walled off private shower that all the steam just stays inside. It doesn't fog up the mirror unless you're in there for way too long. It does not really affect the rest of the room, which I really love. I mean, you can get your own personal heated sauna almost, steam room, just in your own shower, and I absolutely love that. The temperature was great. The only other bad thing, the water pressure is not strong enough to a lot of people's likings. It still worked. There was nothing wrong. It was just one of those things that we wish it would have been a little bit deeper.
Yeah, and the shower head did move up and down, so like we are both over 6 feet. We are tall people, and there was no issue there. So overall, good job, Carnival, on the shower. The rest of the room was just fine. The storage was great. Now, we had a square room. This was a different room than your standard interior, but was the same price, actually, as the other
and you
interiors.
can find this on the deck plan. The square rooms, they're few and far between, but we actually liked it being square, and we love the decor and design elements of the spa interior room. It just made it more airy and flowy. When you have no windows in an interior room, you want it to feel brighter and open, and that's what the spa did. So really, the storage, everything about the room, even though it was a little bit smaller than a traditional room, it was still good.
Yeah, we liked it. Next up, let's talk about the ship. And the ship.
Oh, the ship.
The ship is honestly a game changer for Carnival. We've said it before, we're gonna say it again. The ship is absolutely beautiful.
She is gorgeous. Everything from the layout, the design, the decor. I mean, it's an extra large ship. It's a new class for Carnival. And honestly, this is truly going to be something that opens up a wider market for Carnival.
Yes, completely agreed. I mean, we really, really love the ship. Carnival has really thought out, especially a lot of the design elements throughout the ship. Maybe let's jump right into the neighborhoods, which we
Yes.
absolutely loved. Carnival has kind of borrowed this idea from another cruise line that already has neighborhoods on their ship, but they made them totally different. And the neighborhoods on the ship are stellar. They're so amazing.
They're stunning. And here's the thing. Sometimes they're called neighborhoods. Sometimes they're called zones. No matter what, there are 6 of them. And we do have a full video up above. You can click that up above if you want a full tour of those 6 neighborhoods. But the great thing about this is the theming, right? You have the French Quarter, which is one of our favorite neighborhoods by far.
Yes.
Both the bars and just the overall theming. Emerald's Bistro is there as well. There's just such a good taste in design and having a theme throughout these neighborhoods or zones.
And Summer Landing is another section
Summer
that is
Landing.
just incredible. You've got Guy's Pig and Anchor being kind of the center stage for this area, but then you have the Heroes Tribute Lounge, which is a bar that is dedicated to veterans. It's an amazing area with leather furniture, giant screens to watch sports. There's even ice cream there.
Yes.
And then behind that, you have the patio pool, which is a brand new pool for a Carnival ship, and we absolutely loved that pool.
Oh, the patio pool is definitely one of my favorite new features here. It just was a great place to add on to the Summer Landing neighborhood.
This is a great segue, actually, into talking about the pools
Oh my
aboard the
gosh,
ship.
perfect segue.
The pools are incredible, and Carnival has made sure that there are plenty of pools throughout. Can we name all the pools?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a task because there's so many. All right, there's the patio pool, there's the beach pool, there's the Tides pool, there's the Serenity pool,
And then there's a pool at Loft 19, which is an exclusive area.
and then of course Havana pool, which we'll talk about right now probably.
The Havana pool was really, really small and probably the most disappointing pool out of all of the bodies of water aboard the ship. For the Havana area, if you're not familiar, the Havana area is a specialty area, specially designed cabins that you can pay extra for to gain access to an exclusive part of the ship that is just for you. The Havana area on the Vista class is really incredible and has a massive pool and 2 hot tubs that are just for those guests. On this ship,
It's the opposite. Honestly, there's no reason to book Havana for the pool. And we know this because we have friends that have stayed in Havana suites, the Havana cabanas, and they have all said that there is no reason why they would ever book Havana again, except for if you are just there for your stateroom. The stateroom and the vibe is great, but it is definitely not there for the pool.
Now, on the plus side of the pools, the Serenity pool is incredible.
And this is one of the additions here for the 21 and up place. That is Serenity for those 21 and up. We love this addition. Usually there are whirlpools in this area, which we love as well. But this being the addition, this is what's new, and it was a popular feature. Now, the best part is Serenity is still serene. There is sometimes some serene music in the background, but a lot of times it's just the ocean waves that you can hear, and that is just what a lot of us want to get on a cruise.
And in terms of Carnival opening up to new clientele, you know, honestly, this has been a turnoff for us in the past. Carnival typically has a lot of kids. We love an adults area section of the ship, and Carnival has this on their other ships, but this is one of the first Serenity areas that actually has a full large-sized pool.
Yes.
Where we can hang out all day, because you may not know it or not, but we are pool people. We love the pool, and we absolutely loved the Serenity pool aboard the Mardi Gras. Something that we did not love is that the latest pool, which is the Tides pool, does technically close at midnight. But what we found was that they kick you out 10 minutes before so that they can cover it up. Unlike other ships and other brands of cruise lines, Carnival does not ever keep a whirlpool open throughout the night, and that's a negative for us because we like to stay out late. We're late night people, and we love a hot tub. If you've joined us on our lives, you know that. So we didn't like so much the closing of the pools and the hot tub at such an early hour.
Well, here's the thing. There are so many people, when they close these pools and hot tubs, still in the pools and hot tubs. Every night that we went out there and closed it down, it was packed. So Carnival, this could be another game changer for you. If you just make a hot tub open, it could even be in Serenity or in a 21 and up place if you're worried about that. If that can lengthen the time that we can go out and be in a serene ocean environment, it would be a big improvement.
Now, touching on one other thing that we did not love about 2 of the pools is the towel situation. Now, the Tides pool and the patio pool, for some reason, did not have towel stations there. Now, this is not a big deal if you remember to bring your towel, but if you do not remember to bring your towel to the pool, or if you need to exchange your towel, let's say your towel gets really wet, because there's a lot of water in these areas, you do have to walk up to the Lido deck to exchange that towel, or the Serenity deck, of course, if you're 21 and up. We did not like this. We actually found on multiple different occasions needing to exchange our towels because we were already soaking wet and we had been there all day, and we had to walk in inside air-conditioned areas soaking wet to get to a towel station to exchange the towel.
The next area of concern is the venue sizes on board. They did not necessarily grow with this larger ship. One area of concern, the piano bar. The piano bar 88 is a common favorite across all cruise ships, honestly.
People love it.
People absolutely love it. However, people would have to get their 60 minutes to 90 minutes in advance to get a seat. And then after that, it was standing room only, and they were packed in there like a can of sardines. Now, this is before the additional protocols are going into place. This could limit the amount of people that actually see Patrick Duffy at the piano bar every night. And you know, as well as we do, no one leaves when you're at the piano bar. You stay for the night when you're at the piano bar, especially when you have a seat. So this could really be a negative factor in future sailings when there's more protocols, and already is just so packed today.
Another area that we're a little concerned about is the spa. The thermal suites are beautiful, and if you haven't seen them yet, we did a full walking tour. We'll link that above. But the size of the spa is quite small for, again, the amount of people that are on board. Specifically, we were worried about the hotbeds. There's only 10 hotbeds, and we didn't actually get to try them out until the very end of the week. Now, we were, again, in a spa room, so we had access to those thermal suites all week, but all throughout the week, the hotbeds were completely full.
And the rooms only only about 6 to 12 people could fit in the steam room, the hot sauna. I mean, it was very small seating wise for such a large ship.
We would have liked to see it be a little bit bigger. So we'll see what they do and how they adjust. Of course, the thermal suites are limited in terms of how many people they allow in there. I could see something like time slots being implemented in the future or something like that, so they could actually control the amount of people that go into the spa at one time.
One other area with the thermal suite that I just want to point out here, hopefully for future sailings, this cannot change on this cruise ship, but hopefully for future ships, is we would love to see the ocean. I know this happens with other thermal suites. This is all an interior thermal suite, and we really want to have the beautiful view of the ocean as you're relaxing on a hotbed. So Carnival, if you're listening, can you make that happen?
The last part regarding the ship here is just a few bizarre decisions that Carnival made when they were building the ship. First off, you do have to press a little button to get from the inside to the outside decks on board, and sometimes these buttons didn't work. They were lit up green. When you pressed them, they turned red. The door would open, you would walk out. People seem to be pretty confused by the buttons, especially when they didn't change colors. I did see a man press the button, it didn't change colors, the doors never opened, and then he walked right into the glass door. So the buttons were a strange decision, especially during a pandemic when we're trying to limit touching surfaces. Hopefully Carnival can just make these doors automatic, because we didn't love it. Moving into something else was the bathroom doors. Now, in the public bathrooms, to get into the bathroom, there's an automated door. Again, with a small little touch box. So you touch the box, the door would open, and the problem was the door would stay open for 30 to 60 seconds. The door would open up right onto the urinals. So if you were going to the bathroom, there's a good chance you would get a lot of a wide audience outside the bathroom that would be looking onto you using that bathroom. I think the doors may just need to be adjusted so that they open and close a little bit faster.
Well, the key here is this is perfect for ADA friendly. We love that factor. They just need to have another option where you don't have to wave or touch something to open it automatically.
That's a good
a
point.
lot of cruise ships have both features where you can open it up on your own if you are able to, and if you're not, then you can use that function and you need that extra time. But for most of us, we didn't know how to use them, and honestly, we get caught on the pot. Two more bizarre areas that Carnival kind of made for this ship. One being the smoking area / party area for the crew, and that's because it's right under the Havana Cabanas, and it is in full view. Now, this is interesting because we saw this on preview day, and we tried to get down there because we thought it was just a part of the Havana. It's beautiful, it looks gorgeous, but we saw a lot of people smoking down there. We're like, oh, maybe there's a bar down there, let's see this. It is a very bizarre decision to put your crew smoking right in front of some of the highest paying premium guests and suites in the cabanas and in the Havana section. On top of that, another bizarre decision is the casino, which is another smoking area. You have to walk, it feels like a mile to get from the theater to the nightclub on deck 7. Now, this layout is not necessarily unusual. Casinos are walked through for most ships, but a lot of times they're not as long and as large as the casino here on board Carnival Mardi Gras. And let me tell you, with the smoking being in half of it, it does seep over, and we hate having that on our clothes. So that is one area that we think is a little bizarre decision. Maybe in future ships they'll have it a little bit tighter of a space.
It seems like Carnival could have maybe just put a walkway around the casino just so people could walk from the side to side of the ship. Of course, you can go up or you can go down and walk across on deck 6 or 8. But again, just a layout decision that we didn't love. All right, kicking us off into the next section, let's talk about food and drink.
Oh my gosh, we all love the food and drinks on board cruise ships, and Carnival does not disappoint on Mardi Gras.
It does not. I heard that there was a record set for the amount of fast casual restaurants on board, and I believe it.
Oh,
there are more fast casual restaurants on board that you can eat for breakfast and lunch than any other cruise ship I have ever been on, and I've been on a lot of cruise ships.
And they are delicious. Just to name a few here, the big one that everyone's looking forward to is Shaq's Big Chicken. And let me tell you, those chicken sandwiches, delicious. Also, the fries are kind of like a mixture of Hooters and Red Robin fry. They're kind of that airy fry. It's so good, well seasoned. Some other areas though, Street Eats is brand new to this. It's like the food truck kind of environment, but you have fries, you have chicken satay, as well as steamed buns and options, as well as Blue Iguana Cantina, Guy's Burger Joint. Oh my gosh, there's just so many talks.
Java Blue now serves breakfast, and then we thought it was just breakfast, but it wasn't. It was calzones, it was hot sandwiches, it was salads all throughout the day, and they're all included.
Yes, and Piazza Panini is another area, as well as the pizza joint. I mean, it is just incredible, and they're all delicious.
You're not going to believe this. We did not eat pizza once on this ship.
Because we had no need to. There were so many options that we did not need pizza in our life ever. And that is hard to say on any cruise ship.
Now, touching on the bars here, Carnival has been super innovative in their theming and their menus for the bars. We've said it over and over again, the Fortune Teller Bar and the Brass Magnolia within the French Quarter are two of our absolute favorites.
Yes.
But there are so many new bars on board. The Watering Hole was another one that we ended up absolutely loving.
Yes, and Summer Landing.
Let's get into the specialty dining. And something that's unique for inaugural season on Carnival Mardi Gras is that several specialty venues were actually included in our cruise fare, and we didn't have to pay for them.
Yeah, what were they? They were Shebang, they were Cucina del Capitano,
and Guy's Pig and Anchor.
Guy's Pig and Anchor.
And we didn't eat at Cucina because we've eaten at that in the past.
Yes.
But we did try Shebang twice, and it is very unique. One thing that we just want to point out is there was a little bit of inconsistency between the first time we ate there and the second. But we highly recommend going. There's a lot of hype around this restaurant, and overall, we did like it.
Yeah, and it's a mix. Once again, if you don't know what this is, it's Mexican and Chinese fusion of those two types of cuisine. And I would say this, I hope it stays at the kind of free level, because it really gives you a diverse profile from the main dining room to something else at night for dinner. And I don't know if I'd pay $15 like I would for Cucina del Capitano.
Or Gigi's.
Or Gigi's.
Which is, we missed on the ship, but we understand there's plenty of food. Now, there's also especially restaurants that you can pay for, and that is the Steakhouse, of course, Rudy's
Sea Grill, yep,
which people loved. Rudy's Sea Grill.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Biggest regret we didn't eat there.
And Emerald's Bistro, all of which we've heard only raving reviews. We ate at Emerald's, but we did not eat at the others, but everyone has said the food was amazing at each of these. And you know, if you have bad food, it gets around. So we are very, very, very certain that you're going to have good food at all of these.
Last but not least here on the food and drinks portion of our review, I want to just touch on room service. And I think I'm going to pass this to you because you did room service a little bit more than me.
Yes, I worked remote, so I was in the room more than Jordan was, and I ordered room service pretty much every day. The room service was fast. 20 minutes is usually the max that it took for my food to get to me, and that's including preparation of the food and delivery.
And we haven't always experienced this on other ships, so we were impressed that it was so quick to come to the room, even at night.
Yeah, it was really good, and the food had a good diverse selection that was for free, and you could do stuff that was an upcharge as well.
Moving on to the next part of this review, we want to talk about one of our favorite things aboard the ship, and that is entertainment and activities. And Carnival has really stepped up in terms of entertainment on this ship. From main production shows to shows in the Grand Plaza to live music throughout the entire ship. They have done an incredible job of collecting some of the most talented people we have ever seen aboard a cruise ship.
They really have, and one of my favorite shows was Rock Revolution. This was in the Mardi Gras Theater with Playlist Productions, and let me say, this is a must-see show. From the production design, where you have the new digital screens that move and are bright and colorful, to the actual cast themselves, who are super talented. It is a must-see show. I wish I would have seen it the very first night, so I could have seen it over and over again. There are 3 shows per night, which I think is really good as well.
And in that same theater is Carnival's brand new production of Family Feud, which is actually not a production at all.
Oh my gosh.
It is a real live game show that you as a guest can partake in or watch. And I have to say, it really felt like we were in the live studio audience of a game show. I don't know why this has not been done on a cruise ship before, but Carnival made an incredibly smart decision of putting this on board the Mardi Gras. We watched all 3 shows, the family production, the kids production, and the adults production, and they were amazing. We felt like this was one of the best additions in terms of entertainment ever on a cruise ship.
Yeah, we hope that this lasts and goes into other cruise ships as well.
Something else we want to touch on is the Ultimate Playground neighborhood, which features the one and only roller coaster at sea. And before you ask, yes, we did ride Bolt.
Of course we rode Bolt. Bolt is the first roller coaster at sea, and we loved our experience, but we want to get into the details here because we know that you're waiting for it.
Right now, during inaugural season, it did cost $15 for one time around the track, and that ride lasted about 15 seconds in total. Now, as we were getting off the ship, we heard murmurs that after inaugural season, and we don't know exactly when that will end, the cost for Bolt will go up to $25 and you will get 2 times around the track. This is not confirmed information. This was just rumored, but we think this makes sense because I think we agree. We both would have preferred going around twice.
Yeah, I would have preferred to pay more to go around twice because here's the thing. It's a virtual queue. So once you're up there, you get right on pretty much. I mean, it is not a long wait whatsoever once you're up there, which we loved.
Yeah.
However, it takes a little bit to strap in, and so when you go around and it's less than 30 seconds, it'd be nice to just go one more time. You're already strapped in. It's not going to be a big change. So if they do make that change, I think it's good change. We recommend it no matter what. $15, $25. It is history, and you are making history by riding the first coaster at sea.
Moving right into service. Now, we're not going to talk about service too much. 1, because this is a new ship and everyone, the crew was definitely still finding their footing. But 2, we didn't actually experience bad service.
We had a great time. The crew was incredible. But we do want to talk about the experience of others because it was very well known that the service took a while for both getting into a dining room as well as sometimes being served in that dining room as well.
But let's focus here on getting into the dining room. So if you have your time dining, which means you can go any time of the evening to dinner, more than likely you're going to be placed in the Flamingo dining room. That was kind of the dining room that was set aside for your time dining. Now, unfortunately, what you would do is you would check in on the app or go check in with the maitre d', and wait times to just get into the dining room were up to 2.5 hours. That is a very, very long time to have dinner. Now, on the app, on the app, you can check into your restaurant. Carnival did have an option that would basically be, put me wherever I can go.
Yeah, first available.
Yes,
yeah.
So that would be Guy's Pick and Anchor, Cucina del Capitano, Shebang, or the main dining room. We did try it once. We got put in Shebang and had to wait about 10 minutes. So that was a completely fine experience. But if you are someone that wants to be in the main dining room and having that food, you may have to wait quite a while to get in there. We have our own thoughts on why this may be. You think it might be a little bit of lack of staff?
I think the staffing, it's getting used to it. I think also food prep might be a part of it too, like not being able to serve people quick enough.
My thought is that the main dining rooms may actually be a little bit too small. I did a quick comparison to Oasis of the Seas, which is another mega ship, and Oasis of the Seas is larger. If we're comparing apples to apples at double occupancy, Mardi Gras holds about 400 less. The main dining room areas, though, in total seat about 2,100 people, and on Oasis of the Seas, the main dining room seats about 3,100 people. So about 1,000 less seats in the main dining room area. I think that they could have potentially made the main dining room larger to accommodate more people and get people in and out of the main dining experience faster. Because again, the service in the main dining room was known to be a little bit slow, but getting into the main dining room was the big issue.
And here's the thing, I want to give a quick tip here. There are some venues that were quick and some that were not. That does not mean the food wasn't any good, it was just the service. Right away, guys pick an Anchor, one of the quickest places to eat. Another thing we heard, Rudy's Sea Grill was actually really quick to eat. Obviously that is an upcharge, but that is something that was quick if you want something quick for dinner. On the other hand, the flip side, the steakhouse, people waited up to 4 hours for their food to arrive. Now, it was delicious. Everyone raved about the food, but it did take 4 hours. And the main dining room is another place that is going to just take longer, and that's including Sea Day Brunch.
And again, the crew may be finding their footing. We completely understand that, but it is important for you to know so you can plan around the activities that you're going to do that evening so that you save yourself the frustration of, having a certain expectation. Because we've done that in the past where we were like, we're going to get in and out of dinner within an hour so we can go see the show and then go to a deck party after that. And if you're going to sit for 3 or 4 hours, you just need to know that some of those activities may not happen, or you select a different dining venue because the ship has plenty
to offer.
Last but not least, Debarkation. Honestly, for us, Debarkation was very, very easy.
Very easy.
Now, we did hang out a little bit on the ship in the Havana area. We sat for about an hour before we got off the ship just because there was some lines to get off the ship and our flight was later in the day. So we did wait for about an hour, but once we got up and got into a line, we were off the ship and out of the port within 10 minutes.
And our tip is don't go at 8:30 when you have to be out of your room. Everyone goes right then, and that's the most congested time for any cruise ship. So just don't do that. If you're going to go early, go early. If you're going to go later, go later. We did not have to get off right at 8:30. You just have to be out of your room. So stick around or go a little earlier. You're not going to have a problem.
Okay, that was so much information I know that we covered. Thank you for watching here till the end.
Thank you so much. If you like this video, please consider hitting that thumbs up button to like it. Also subscribe. We're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers here, and you can be a part of that. It's completely free to you, but means the world to us. Mardi Gras was incredible.
It was amazing. We loved it. Please don't let the small little things that we talk about in this review make you think that we didn't have a good time. We had a great time on the ship.
We're just being honest with you because we want you to prepare and have the best cruise of your life. We'll be back on Mardi Gras. She was incredible. We love her.
We absolutely do. All right. I think we're wrapping this up, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time.
See ya.
See ya.